Have you ever felt your legs aren't what they used to be? Maybe you wake up in the morning and notice it takes a bit more effort to swing your legs off the bed. Or maybe when you try to stand up after sitting for a while, you feel a strange shakiness, like your legs just don't want to cooperate. If that sounds familiar, then I want to tell you a story, a personal one, about someone very close to me. His name is Walter. He's my father. He was 72 when everything started to change. Now Walter wasn't a bodybuilder or an athlete, but he was active. He liked walking, tending to his garden, and fixing things around the house. He lived alone after my mother passed, but he was still independent, still proud. Then little things started happening. He'd call me and say things like, "I almost fell when I got up from the couch today," or "My legs feel weird, like they don't belong to me." At first, we laughed it off. Just age, right? Nothing serious. But then it got worse, much worse. One morning he called me, not to chat, but because he couldn't get up. He was sitting on the edge of his bed, stuck. His legs wouldn't lift him. He sounded scared. And if I'm being honest, so was I. I rushed over, helped him into the car, and we went to the doctor. They ran tests, checked his vitals, nothing alarming at first glance. But then the doctor sat us down and said something I'll never forget. "Your father is experiencing significant muscle loss. We call it sarcopenia." I blinked. "Sarco? What?" She explained it slowly. Sarcopenia is a condition where your muscles slowly waste away, usually due to aging. It happens silently, often without pain. But one day your legs just stop doing what they've done your whole life, holding you up. Walter had it bad. The doctor said that after age 60, the body starts losing 1 to 2% of muscle mass every year. That number sounds small, but over 5, 10 years? It's a lot. And if nothing is done, it accelerates, especially if the person isn't eating or moving right. That moment hit me hard. I always thought aging meant a little slowness, maybe some gray hairs. I never imagined it could mean not being able to stand. That's when I decided we had to act. And that's where this story truly begins. We went home that evening with heavy hearts. The doctor didn't give us a long list of prescriptions. Instead, she said, "Start small, one change at a time." That advice stuck with me. I started reading everything I could about muscle loss after 60 and how to rebuild strength in seniors. One thing kept coming up over and over again: nutrition before bed. You see, I always thought bedtime was for rest, not for food. But study after study said the same thing. For older adults, what you eat before sleep matters more than you think, especially when it comes to protecting your muscles. At night, while we sleep, our body goes into a repair mode. That's when it restores tissues, balances hormones, and, if it has the right fuel, rebuilds muscle. But here's the catch. If you haven't eaten enough protein, your body has nothing to rebuild with. And in older age, the body becomes less efficient at using protein. You need more, not less. This was eye-opening. Walter, like many seniors, used to eat an early dinner, sometimes as early as 5 p.m., and then didn't eat anything until breakfast the next day. That meant his body went 12 to 14 hours with no fuel. The doctor called that a catabolic window, a long stretch where the body might break down muscle for energy. No wonder his legs gave out. So I asked myself, what's something simple, easy to digest, rich in protein, and not too heavy before bed? I started experimenting. Some nights I gave him a boiled egg and half a banana. Other nights, a glass of warm milk with a scoop of protein powder. Once in a while, just some Greek yogurt with a drizzle of honey. The key was consistency. We did this every single night, 30 to 45 minutes before bed. And after a few days, Walter said, "I feel a little stronger in the morning." I didn't say anything at first. Maybe it was just his imagination. But then, after 2 weeks, he stood up from the couch, slowly, steadily, without holding onto the armrest. I froze. Then he looked at me and smiled. "It's working, isn't it?" And I smiled back. Because yes, it was. That one change, that one evening snack, was helping my father take back control of his body. Walter wasn't the kind of man to get excited over health trends. He never cared much about protein grams, supplements, or what the science says, but he knew how his body felt, and now he could feel the change, not just physically, but emotionally too. You see, when you lose strength, you don't just lose muscle, you lose confidence. You hesitate before standing. You second-guess every step. You stop going outside as much. Slowly, your world gets smaller, without you even noticing. That's what was happening to him. Before, he used to walk to the mailbox every day, talk to neighbors, sweep his porch. But lately, he'd been avoiding all that. He said the ground felt untrustworthy. His knees weren't sure anymore. But after a few weeks on this new bedtime habit, something changed. He walked out onto his porch again, then to the gate, then one day to the end of the block. He said, "It's like my legs came back to me." I still remember the way he stood that day, not like a young man, but like a man who trusted his body again. The thing is, he didn't just get better by accident. His recovery made sense, scientifically. I learned that muscle protein synthesis, the process where the body builds and repairs muscle, happens best when there's a steady supply of amino acids, especially during sleep. And for older adults, getting enough protein in the evening is critical because the body absorbs it more slowly and uses it less efficiently with age. That's why the timing matters. Eating a small protein-rich snack before bed gives your body the fuel it needs, right when it needs it most. For Walter, we aim for about 20 to 30 grams of protein in that snack. Sometimes it was milk and peanut butter on whole wheat toast. Other times it was cottage cheese, or even scrambled eggs with a bit of turkey. Not every night was perfect, but we stuck with it. And week after week, his legs felt firmer, his posture straighter, his mind more at ease. That one choice, that one small bowl of food, gave him something no medicine had offered: hope. Walter's story reminded me that the smallest things, the ones we often overlook, can sometimes make the biggest difference. But I also learned something else along the way. It's not just about food, it's about routine. You see, the snack before bed was just one piece of the puzzle. We also made changes to his evenings, small adjustments that help prepare his body and mind for better sleep, better recovery, and better strength. For example, instead of sitting in front of the TV all night, we encouraged him to take a slow walk around the house after dinner, just 5 or 10 minutes. This light movement helped with digestion and also kept his muscles engaged, preventing them from going completely idle. We also set a consistent sleep schedule. No more staying up late watching reruns or dozing off on the couch. He went to bed and woke up at the same time every day. That rhythm gave his body a chance to recover more deeply at night. Another surprising change, we cut back on sugar, especially sweets and fruit juices before bed. I read that high sugar before sleep can spike insulin, interfere with growth hormone, and actually slow muscle repair in older adults. Instead, we focused on steady blood sugar, protein plus healthy fat plus a bit of fiber. That balance helped him sleep better and wake up stronger. And most importantly, we celebrated small wins. The first time he stood up without help, we cheered. When he made it around the block, we took a photo. These little victories kept him motivated and made him feel seen. Because here's the truth. Many seniors silently struggle with weak legs, poor balance, and muscle loss. But they're too proud or too afraid to talk about it. They think, maybe this is just how it goes, but it doesn't have to be. Strength after 60 isn't about lifting heavy weights or going to the gym every day. It's about intentional choices made over and over again. A short walk, a smart snack, a little consistency. Those simple things, they gave Walter more than strength. They gave him back his dignity. Walter's story isn't unique. That's what I've come to realize. There are millions of older adults, just like him, maybe just like you, who think getting weaker is just part of aging. And yes, we all slow down a little, but losing the ability to stand up, to walk with confidence, to live independently, that doesn't have to be part of the story. If there's one thing I've learned from helping my dad, it's this. It's never too late to take back your strength. You don't need expensive equipment. You don't need a personal trainer. You don't even need to be perfect. You just need to start. Start with something small. A protein snack before bed, a short walk after dinner, a set bedtime, a smile when you stand up on your own. And if you're a caregiver, a son, a daughter, a grandchild, know that your support matters more than you think, because sometimes all it takes is one person to say, let's try, let's not give up just yet. Today, Walter is 74. He's not running marathons, but he doesn't need to. He moves on his own. He stands up without fear. And the best part, he laughs again. A deep, strong laugh. The kind that says, I'm still here. That's what I want for you. For your father, your mother, your spouse, or for yourself. So tonight, when you go to bed, ask yourself this. Did I give my body the fuel it needs to stay strong? If the answer is no, then tomorrow's a perfect time to begin. Because the truth is, strength isn't just muscle. It's the quiet courage to care for yourself again. And that's something no age can ever take away.